May 25th, Jupiter's big shift from Taurus into Gemini. I'm going to be giving crypto updates as well as obviously the astrology. So good morning, good evening, crypto astronauts, depending on where you're tuning in from, and welcome back to the Crypto Astro Paradise. We look at the cosmic charts and cryptocurrents navigating the digital seas with astrology. If you're new here, I do technical analysis and run a birth chart for Bitcoin and other altcoins to see if the astrology patterns correlate with the analysis. I'm going to give my Bitcoin predictions at the end of the video and tell you what I'm doing with my money. Please subscribe as I put out these high-value videos every single week and you don't want to miss out. But of course, none of this content is financial or investment advice. This content is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. Okay, so we now have Jupiter coming into Gemini very, very soon. I'll show you right here. So we have the planet Jupiter is in Taurus right now, and tomorrow, 24 hours, it switches signs. It goes right into Gemini. Now, the last time this happened was June 2012. And on the topic of Bitcoin, Bitcoin did very well from 2012 all the way to I believe it was the 2014 peak. So this is historically very, very bullish for Bitcoin. But this is a totally different cycle, so we'll see what happens this time. What else? So we had the solar eclipse in April, and there was a lot of Aries energy, and we did, I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I had a very intense May. I think a lot of you have said in the comments that things were very intense for you. I know a lot of my friends and family had a very intense May as well. A lot of challenges, conflicts, emotional upheavals. And I would say the reason for this is those eclipses in Aries conjunct Chiron brought a lot of emotional wounds and a lot of challenges into our life. And we didn't really get out of that Aries energy, it seems, until Mercury went through its full. If you look at this planet Mercury, it turns red. It'll go retrograde. Oh, I guess it already went retrograde. Okay. But Mercury didn't go into Taurus until May 15th. And so potentially challenges persisted. But then Mercury, right when it came out of Aries, it squared Pluto, which is a really hard aspect and brings a lot of emotional upheavals. So it seems like we didn't get out of the intensity until till Mercury got out of that square with Pluto around May 20th or so. I don't know about you guys, but things did not calm down in my life until around May 20th. But then we have Mars. Unfortunately, we do have Mars that's going to conjunct Chiron pretty soon. However, good news is we just had this incredible full moon where we had Venus and Jupiter conjunct at the final degree in Taurus. So really marking very positive endings in this year-long chapter of Jupiter in Taurus. Taurus is the sign of security, stability, our values. It's an earth sign. It's a fixed earth sign, so it can definitely deal with stubbornness of beliefs. It's a slow-moving sign, so it's like slow and steady wins the race, one step at a time. So it was pretty slow energy. It was also mixed with Uranus in Taurus, so Uranus bringing a lot of unpredictability. I know I've been dealing with a lot of challenges. I mean, Uranus is also the planet of technology and crypto. I know I've been dealing with a lot of challenges with technology the past year, especially maybe the past few years, with Uranus there in Taurus, because it does not like to be in the slow sign of Taurus. Uranus likes to get moving, get going, evolve, move forward, and Taurus is very slow. So there has been a lot of kind of potential frustrations with technology with Uranus there, and then Jupiter expanding that for the past year. But now Jupiter is going to be moving well, first Venus goes into Gemini, which is exciting. The sun has already gone into Gemini. So we're really starting a really major new chapter here in our lives. And we're also potentially going to see a shift in the crypto markets that we're already seeing on the world stage right now. But as Gemini goes into Taurus following the sun and Venus, we are starting this brand new chapter in the sign of Gemini, which represents much more fast-moving energy. It's an air sign. So coming out of Taurus, we take any stagnation or burdens from the slow, fixed earth sign of Taurus and start to see them differently through Gemini's strengths of conversation, information, friendliness, options, and possibilities. This is a great time for getting your voice out there, as Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. And it's great for marketing, writing, and communicating. And so for me, I actually recently had a palmistry session, and the guy told me that I'm going to be writing a book. So looks like I might be writing a book in the next year or two here, guys. And my wife is actually already helping me with it. So it's already manifesting. So who is excited to read a book about crypto astrology? That could be coming soon here, especially with all this Gemini energy. And honestly, I may even launch a second YouTube channel focused on spirituality and personal development. I don't know if many of you know my story, but I come from more than a decade of experience with personal development, spirituality. My wife and I have another channel that's about spirituality and relationships, but I might launch a channel where I actually do some channelings for humanity. I have some spiritual gifts, you could say, and I can channel my higher self, and I can channel some other galactic beings out there potentially that I have been doing for a few years now, in my kind of on my own. But I want to potentially launch another channel to have an outlet for kind of spiritual interviews and personal development. All right, now back to the main topic at hand here. We also got the Ethereum ETF approved. Super exciting for the crypto markets. And I did say in my private Crypto Astrology Mastermind group that it's very likely to get approved. I said that a couple days ago. We did get that approval. So if you're interested, join that mastermind with one payment. You can click the link below. Right now, there's only 2 more spots. You just pay one payment and you get lifetime access to monthly group calls with me. That means through this entire bull market, you can get direct access to me, where you can ask me all of your questions. You can get updates on crypto, technical analysis, as well as the Bitcoin and crypto astrology. This is super, super high value. I don't know how I can pack more value in this. There's 2 spots left. And the next call very soon, we're going over the altcoins 10x and 20x potential. So you don't want to miss that. All right, so let's take a look at the charts here. All right, I'm chilling on the beach here, guys. Maybe I should show you a video clip of what I'm looking at. Let's see if I can open this up. Okay. Here's where I'm looking. Nice, simple, beautiful ocean here. So I'm on the beautiful island of Gili Air. Upsies, okay. So if we look at the charts, we have been seeing a pretty major shift as Jupiter is transitioning into a new sign here. Ever since May 1st, we've been getting this massive pump. Recently, the last few days, we are getting a bit of a correction. That's totally normal. This is not a bad little correction here, nothing to worry about. And I also wanted to look at some interesting action with gold and silver, because those are also peaking out. So the interesting topic, an interesting question is, which is going to go off on a continued run? Is it going to be gold and silver, or is it going to be crypto? Because typically they don't both go on a major run at the same time. Now, ever since October, I guess that's really interesting. Gold and silver have gone on a run with crypto. But typically this doesn't last. Typically one or the other wins. So we want to see, I mean, if gold starts to dump downwards, that would be good for crypto. But if gold continues to create new all-time highs, it could spell more trouble, more resistance for crypto. Another thing with the astrology is on the Bitcoin chart, we are getting a negative aspect right after Jupiter switches signs into Gemini. We are getting we are getting this very positive aspect with Neptune sextile to Bitcoin Jupiter on the 26th, but we're also getting where is it? Jupiter square the Bitcoin Venus on the same day. So that's interesting. So we could get some volatility as Jupiter heads into Gemini, and we're already seeing that volatility. So I'm not sure if we're going to continue to correct down for the next couple days, or if that's about it. But definitely expect volatility here as we're already seeing. What else could we look at here? We could also look at the dollar, the DXY, which is the value of the dollar compared to other currencies. And we are getting a bit of a dump here on the short term with the dollar. As we see in the last 24 hours, we're getting a dump. And that's pretty good because there is definitely some concern here because if it's just a little correction, if we continue to head upwards, then that'll spell trouble for crypto. And that's definitely possible. We're heading up to this 50% level at 105.3. If we get rejected off of that, that's very good. But if we see something like this where we continue up, then that's going to spell trouble for crypto in the upcoming months. So I'm going to keep my eye close on that one. I also want to show you guys some very, very interesting information about Jupiter going into Gemini. Now look at this chart. This is the S&P 500 index Jupiter seasonality chart. Average performance for the seasons of Jupiter for the S&P 500. This is incredible data here. So we see that Jupiter in Taurus was pretty good. Not the best, but then Jupiter in Gemini, it looks like the S&P 500 historically has done very well. And then the worst time is when Jupiter's in Cancer. That's, I guess that'll be 2025 to 2026. But so for Jupiter Gemini, that's looking very, very positive here. So amazing data to look at here. Looks like the top one was Jupiter in Sagittarius, which is its home sign. So that makes a lot of sense. Another interesting chart here, giving you guys the goods. These are charts that I've paid for to be in other programs. But very interesting chart here. We see that the spending profitability for Bitcoin is hitting a local peak here with this blue. The last time we got a peak was in the previous bull market. I believe this is back in January 2021. But if we look at the height, we didn't get as high. We haven't gotten as high as back then. But we're about a similar height to back here in 2017. So could we be experiencing something like 2017 where we're experiencing a correction, but we have another major leg up? So that is looking quite good for Bitcoin and crypto. All right, now I want to make a quick announcement for whoever's interested who would like to escape to the amazing Harbin Hot Springs in July or August this summer for 2 days. It's an idea I'm really excited about, potentially, where we will dive into the warm, healing waters, the hot springs in Northern California. We will also fine-tune your crypto strategy and go on hikes and learn the Bitcoin astrology for 2024 to 2025. Let me know in the comments if you're interested. I just want to gauge to see who might be interested in this. Once again, it would be in July or August of this summer. And it'd be 1 to 2 days, or actually 2 days, on this amazing, beautiful retreat center with hot springs out in nature with beautiful hiking. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in that. All right. Now for the predictions, what I'm doing. So definitely thinking there's volatility for the next few days, especially around May 26th when we get Jupiter square the Bitcoin Venus. We also get some negative hits on the Solana and Ethereum charts. So definitely planning for volatility that we're already seeing already. I am taking 10% to 20% profits on any major pumps. I've already been taking some profits because I'm preparing for potential negative price action during this summer. And I've talked about that on my previous video. So definitely take a look at my previous videos that I've posted on my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next one.